Okay, so let me tell you what my dumb ass did. First of all, Scarfinger, person architect, GGRU in the building. Holla at your boy. I made a goof. I recorded some episodes of Prison Architect where I changed a lot about the prison. As you can see, the prison is much further along than the last episode I did. But with my OBS software, all I really did was go back to my preset for the Prison Architect, and I didn't actually go over it and make sure that everything was the way it should have been. I just was like, okay, everything's working, let's just go. What I didn't realize was my screen had extended past the basically the window that you're seeing right now, and really it was only just the top left of the screen. So when I went to edit, that's all that was there. So technically I have 3 episodes worth of Prison Architect that I absolutely cannot use. So I figured I'd go ahead and just start explaining what I actually did, which was a lot because I did a lot over 3 episodes, and I got a lot of the grants and stuff done, all kinds of stuff I got taken care of, and I can't do anything with those episodes now. So first things first, when we left off, I was building this area to start doing the workshop. And as you can see, I got the workshop running, and eventually I got the workshop running, and I just had these hallways here open so that I could just get that running so I could start bringing in some extra money. And as you can see, we're not really hurting for money anymore. Then I went ahead and I built the rest of this area, which I had the library here. It was much larger previously, but I decided to cut it off because the library was too huge, and I thought that I might be able to use this for something else. What I'm going to use it for, I don't know yet. But so I did put in the library, I put in the mail room, I put in the shop, and everything seems to be working. I got a lot of people working. I got the shower and everything working with a couple of benches for people who don't necessarily want to take a shower, but if it's shower time, they go there. I moved the yard. In order for me to prepare for all of these cells, I needed to extend the canteen a bit. So I extended the canteen. I took down the yard, built in more foundation, and I moved the yard over here so that they could still, I guess I can lock these open. So I moved the yard. I put a few more weights benches in, a few benches. I haven't done much else in here because I had just really got all of this taken care of when I got these cells built. And this was just a clone job. I just cloned this area, moved this over. As of right now, my intake has both medium and low prisoners. Eventually I might move to some higher prisoners, or just keep the medium and low. And eventually I think I'm going to research death row so I can make a death row section here. I don't necessarily need to get high risk prisoners here because technically I'm to the end of the grants that I wanted to do, and once I have everything where I want it, it's not really going to be that much of anything. I ended up moving the cleaning cupboard from here to there so that I could put a morgue in. As you know, when we left off, I didn't know what I was going to do with this. Oh yeah, I do need to put that wall in, so I'll put a wall in here. And so at the time, this was just an empty room, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I forgot that people started dying because I started having snitches and ex-law enforcement, and they started getting killed. So I took that out. I extended the kitchen. I went ahead and I put all of this extra stuff in the kitchen. One thing I forgot, honestly, I forgot to put in more sinks so that they can actually wash the trays and everything. So yeah, that happened. So I'll go ahead and I'll put the sinks in now. I can't see that way. I'll put the sinks in now. I'll put some more trash bins in. And I will put, which way does this go? I think it goes that way. So I'll put another trash bin in there. And I'll put a trash bin in there. So I extended all of this to accommodate all of the other prisoners that I have here, which worked out really well. The doors are kind of off. I probably should take out maybe the middle door. And then I do know that I need to add more doors here and metal detectors and all of that kind of stuff, but it'll be, I guess I'll get to it in a minute. I added a lawyer's office so that I could do permanent punishments, because permanent punishments works out very well when you have protective custody, which I made over here. I cut down the kennel. The kennel was way too large. And I can still fit many dog crates in here. So I cut down the kennel and I put in a few cells with a few extras just for the protective custody, and they're on permanent lockdown. So they do not leave here unless it's a, they do not leave here unless, why is this person out? This person should be on permanent lockdown also. I don't know why that person is out, because it's the only way really to keep them safe is to either make a whole area just for them that no one else goes in, or to put them on permanent lockdown. I have no idea why this guy is just kind of walking around chilling. One thing I did forget to do for these cells was to put in showers. So more than likely I'm going to add showers for them. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of traits that need to be taken care of. I probably will extend their area more this way and add some more things for them. There's a Polaroid. I probably will add, just extend this area for them, and then make places for them to be able to do stuff like a yard and such. But that's probably a little bit later down the line. Actually, I probably should do that first. That might be an idea, to go ahead and get them, because keeping them on permanent lockdown is just going to give them just a ton of mood debuffs if I can't. If they can't get out and do a few things. So yeah, so that's probably going to be a thing. I didn't touch too much of this. Everything else primarily is basically the same. Let's check the intelligence. Look at my informants. That person wants to be an informant. Let's let him be an informant, because there's a few people that I don't know traits for. So see, deployment, the cell, like why is this guy, I put him on lockdown permanent, but for some reason he is not being locked down at all. That's just weird to me. This is super weird to me, and I don't know why. So that means eventually that guy's probably going to get killed, because if they catch him alone, it is going to be a problem for everybody. So yeah, so I did a whole lot. I went and I even added another power station here. I ran the cables across here so I could power the workshop and this cell block and everything else. Somebody's overdosing right there. So I went and added another power station so that I can make sure that all of this is powered. I've added cameras in, as opposed, as because of one of the grants that I have is in. I added the CCTV monitor, and all of this stuff is like really kind of messed up because now I'm in a situation where I can't really. I'll have to go through all of this stuff over again for the people who don't understand how it all works. Now I don't have that opportunity again, which that really sucks, and that's 100% my fault. I did put some more couches in here so that they'll have some places to sit down, because there was only really one couch as a part of that grant, so or as a part of like making the room. So yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden this is having a problem with water. That's odd. I never had problems with water again before there, so I'm gonna add the large pipes right there and see if it increases the water right there, because I didn't have any problems. I had to increase the large pipe here, and you can see I ended up doing the same thing on this side so that I could have the so that I could power all of these showers. And I do need to make this all a shower. I can do that now. Hopefully I don't have the problems with the water that I'm having up there. I did catch a fire. There was a fire in here, so I ended up having to put some sprinklers in because all of this burnt down. So I had to completely redo the floors, the walls, all of that stuff. I had to put everything back here. And I did put a sprinkler in here just in case this catches fire, which is rare, but it does happen. And then I had a lot of stuff happen at one time, which y'all missed out on all of this, which is crazy that I completely whiffed on all of that. And then me talking about possibly doing another playthrough with a women's prison. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Actually, let's shake them down while it's sleep time. Okay, so that did help the water because now all those aren't flashing anymore. But yeah, I just did a whole lot, and now I'm just kind of stuck. There, somebody's trying to dig out. So let's remove these tunnels. Hopefully no one else gets caught. Man, there's a lot of contraband. But as I explained before, I want to make a new. I want to do a new prison, but I want to do a women's prison, and my previous women's prison, I call it the Animals, based off of the song from Orange Is the New Black. Let's pause this and let's put in the shower before we get too far ahead of ourselves. I brought in way more guards, dog handlers. I even got armed guards, but so that the people don't feel suppressed, I put armed guards just out front here. As you can see, I still didn't do anything with this classroom. I did actually succeed in satisfying the requirements for the classroom thing. They made that a lot easier than it used to be, because it used to be hard to get them to pass the GED type classes. class or whatever it's called. Yeah, this really sucks, and I really wish I would have had time to explain all of this, and I'm probably just gonna have to explain all of it over again, which sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? I whiffed on everything. So now, what's left? I don't know if I have any grants left other than the carpentry is to produce the beds, which I kind of did explain already, but when they cut the trees from the forestry, they bring the logs up here so that they can cut them into planks, and then the planks are brought here so that once you have them certified in carpentry, they actually make beds out of it. And they use this to cut the metal and here to press the license plates, and that gets you a pretty decent amount of money. So that's why I did that, and I'm just doing the carpentry just so I can satisfy this. But other than that, I don't think that there's anything else that I can do other than just increase the number of prisoners I have. And you can see the cameras are working over the fog of war. But when someone takes a break from here, that guy's looking at the cameras. When someone takes a break from here, the cameras kind of go out for a second. Oh man, there was another tunnel. I didn't even see that. Alright, so they can fix that tunnel and put the they can fix that tunnel and put the those back to being cells. Once those are back to being cells, they may actually have when they fixed those, they added more people that I can bring in. It was like 2 cells, so I got 2 more in. And as you can see, some of them are red because they got upped because they killed somebody. I had a few people getting killed. So that's when I had to, when a few people got killed, I had to hurry up and start doing the, I had to hurry up and start doing the protective custody just to keep them alive. So this is that. So as of right now, this is just an explanation of what happened. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to do some planning of what I should do this way with the with the protective custody, and eventually with the with the protective custody, and eventually with the death row, because I think I am going to do death row here. Even though, like, the problem with death row is, like, you get the point, you get to being able to do a death row so late in the game that most of the time your death row is all the way over here, way in the back of your prison. And part of the problem with doing that so far back in your prison is they when it's time for an execution, it takes the witnesses so long to get there, and it takes everyone so long to get from here all the way down through your prison, that the more, when you start doing an execution, your people kind of get restless because you got to lock everything down, and the longer all of that takes, the worse everything really gets. So it increases the difficulty of keeping everybody under control. Wow, there's somebody else. That's how many doctors do I have? Did I ever get that other doctor? No, I didn't. I'll go ahead and get that up. I'll go ahead and get another doctor because I keep seeing overdoses, which my dogs are supposed to help me with that, but they're supposed to be able to sniff out the drugs, but apparently they're not very good right now. So. And maybe I need more dogs, or maybe the dogs are too tired, but I need to go ahead and I need to change my deployment for my dog patrols, and I need to add them around here. Oh, wrong place. I had another dog patrol there. I can probably put a few guards on the patrol also. I'll put a couple guards on the patrol, and I'll make sure all of this is connected now. And I put 2 guards on this patrol so that they'll just walk around. And I just have the dogs going through just to see if they catch anybody trying to dig out. So far, everyone who's tried to dig out hasn't really gotten very far, which is good. But yeah. So like I mean I super apologize for the handful of watchers to this that they missed out on me building this whole thing, and I saved over my save because I thought I was good and everything. So this is just really bad. Everything is so bad right now, and it sucks because I wanted to be able to explain some things for the people who have never played and possibly may want to, you know? I put those benches in there just for the people who want to sit down in there. Because, I mean, to be honest, like, there's basically an extra 2 hours that's just cut completely out of this thing, which sucks. I recorded like 3 episodes, but there was one episode where I was planning and trying to see where everything I was that I needed to change that I didn't realize I was recording, but I still was recording. So I was just gonna kind of put that out as more of a time lapse and maybe do a voiceover over top of it while it was playing, but that's not gonna happen now because you can only see just this top corner of the screen, which really blows. So I am going to do some planning. I'm gonna pause. I might just let this run for a little bit because I'm not gonna actually build anything until I come back. So thank you for checking your boy out. Again, I apologize because I did a lot and I'm gonna need to do a lot again. So that'll happen very soon. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this death row designed. Oh, you know what? In order to do the death row, I have to do that. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that and get it over with, so that it's gonna take about a day for him to research, and then I will go ahead and research guard towers, and hopefully, if I get everything right, I'll be able to show y'all how that works also. But guard towers are relatively simple, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. And eventually I can start doing the legal prep and everything else, but that's not necessary for this. Not right now anyway. So, again, thank you for checking your boy out. It's Scarfinger. GGRU is the squad, and I'll be back with more Prison Architect, and hopefully I'll be able to actually do Prison Architect and I'll actually be able to put the episodes out because I remembered to resize the window. Peace out.